And we're back. And we're live.
And we are live. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Shorter.
You're on my level finally. All right. It's Teal Town Live coming to you live from Sharks Fan Fest. They just finished doing out all the cars, all the goodies, all the goals, all the celebrations. You and I are at Tank Tailgate.
You need to be closer on Mike.
Mike, okay. You try to tell me I don't eat the mic on the other during the show. Right. So, but what did you take from today so far?
It was hot. It was very hot. It was very sweaty. I'm sweating profusely still, and I'm 5 feet away from ice. Yes. So had some really good beers today. Nice selections from Sierra Nevada, Ballast Point. Everybody knows one of my favorites. Drake's is another one. Lagunitas rolled out some sort of like Mangozilla thing that was fantastic.
He's been raving about it since 1:30, folks.
Yeah. We had a little cornhole going. We had the green screen photo tent, which was very cool. They had a lot of backgrounds going on where you could take a photo where it looked like you were on the ice. There was another one where you could take a photo and it looked like you were being eaten by Jaws. There was some different options to go with. So
I like doing the chomp. I don't like to be chomped.
Yeah, but you know what? There were some people getting very creative with their photos. They were like, pouring people into it was very cool. They had some nice stuff going on. One thing I was surprised we didn't see, or maybe I missed it, where's the fire truck with the fin?
Maybe they're out saving lives with
right?
the fire truck, so that would be a good part. The Legends game is about to take place in about 45 minutes from now. Nonetheless, by all means, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Periscope. We went on Periscope last night with the unveiling of the Stealth jersey. It was very well noticed,
yes,
for sure.
In a big way.
And the circuit board pattern, very nice.
Yes.
So it was, all in all, it's been, we're Sharks fans, so obviously we're going, yeah, I know, we're Teal Town USA.
I'm just making sure it's there.
Obviously, we're going to have a great day at the Shark Tank, at the Sharks Fan Fest, and to kick off the Sharks' 28th season in the NHL. For us, it's full season number 4 for Pucknology, now Teal Town USA. It's always been a great time, and we'll be doing a bunch of stuff here and there again. So,
yeah. Now, did you get inside the Fan Fest, or did you spend the whole time at Tank Tailgate?
I did go inside for a little bit.
How was that?
It was the air conditioning fantastic. No, no, it was good times walking around, getting photos, getting pictures. Definitely had a great time at the Tank Tailgate as well, getting pictures from Pavs, Jumbo, Tomas Hertl, to name a few. It was amazing, great time all around for sure.
Outside, I saw Joe Thornton sporting the Sierra Nevada specs. Those are some nice sunglasses. You needed it out there early on.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. But they were great spirits. Pavs was having fun with everybody. Tomas, I think it's in his contract that he has to smile the entire time. So, it's a no frown clause, I think they would call it.
No frown clause. Another cool thing, this time, Pavelski, there was a lot of people who had issue that Pavelski wasn't signing last year at the Tank Tailgate, and then we all came to find out, well, yeah, he's got a bad wing. Writing is not going to. Today, he was out there. He was like, whatever you need me to sign, I'm on it. He was, the wrist feels fantastic.
And Jumbo was having a great time, too. He was getting followed all over the place, and he was having a blast. He's like, yeah, bud. So.
And it was great. Every time a new Shark would come out, you just hear, just a rain of cheers.
Somebody that you was like,
Burns and Dylan came out. And the crowd went nuts, and you can see Dylan goes, yeah, it's probably for you, man.
Unless it's for Rocket, of course. So,
yes.
But they were all rocking that brand new Sharks 3rd jersey.
I got to say, I was skeptical when we first saw the leak, but now to see it in person and to see the Adidas, the authentic version, is pretty tight, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty tight.
It's really nice. That circuit board pattern looked really sweet, and that Easter egg, as they say, I think Jim Sprocket was
the SJ.
Oh,
yeah.
That
was kind of
awesome.
encoded in the PCB board, if you will.
Yeah. And so, I see one of those 3rd jerseys right now. So, we might as well bring over the person that's hanging on to that 3rd jersey, and it might be constrained if I have to get that from a. You are allowed
Absolutely.
to sneak it in. So
There is the authentic third jersey. Can you guys see that?
absolutely.
Flip it over here.
It's coming on right now. But that is a beauty. And for a guy who loves teal and multiple amounts of teal, that is great. So Jonathan Becher, co-president of the San Jose Sharks and Shark Sports and Entertainment, joining us. Hello, so good sir.
Great
Can
to see
we-
you guys. What?
I was going to say, can we trade?
That's not a fair trade.
We have a trade to announce. AJ has acquired a stealth jersey in exchange.
For a microphone.
I think you fleeced me. See that joke there?
Oh.
Was that too bad of a pun?
You don't look like that much like Ottawa.
We're not doing that one. Sorry. Retract that one, please, guys.
Yes, okay. But
Thanks for having me on. by the way.
we appreciate it. We appreciate it as always. We've talked to you about back in April. You kind of dropped some hints to us
I did.
before then. You dropped one with Brody on his telecast about the fin. That's one of my favorite logos. I know AJ the same with it as well. Where did this all come from? How long was the process that it took to get to what you have here today?
You know, if you listen to Terry Smith, who was out here at FanFest earlier, the logo is pretty much both unchanged from 1991 and has been in evolution for more than 25 years. So in some sense, the idea of the third jersey started more than a year ago. And what we knew is that every other team that did a third jersey was going to do something that was kind of a throwback.
Right.
And frankly, we already did our throwback thing,
Right,
right?
you
2
did.
years ago for the 25th anniversary of the franchise, we brought the original logo back, which is still the most iconic logo in sports. I love it. I'm sure you guys love that as well. But we want to do something a bit different because, you know, we as a franchise don't follow what other people do. We like to lead. So we said, instead of doing something like everything else, let's see if we can't set the hockey word on fire. Let's do something that appeals to sort of the next generation of fans. Let's look
Right.
forward rather than going backwards. And let's do something that's sort of the ethos of this franchise. So think about sharks. Sharks hang around in the dark of the water. They're hard to see at far. You get that little glimpse of their eye. So we kept that little eye there.
I love that.
That's the only thing with the little pops of color as well. And we want to kind of sneak up with it. Now, really, there have been people on social media that said, well, of course it's not stealthy. It's black jerseys on white ice. This isn't literal. This is an allegory. Of course, we're not literally going to sneak up them during the game. It's not like we put cloaking devices on the jersey.
We're not going to have black light games. No, I'm kidding.
That is
a
a really good idea.
Bring back the glow puck! Bring back the glow puck!
Well, let's come back to that in a minute. Maybe we should do
Okay.
black light games and have people go back to their basements, find those little things from when they were younger. And you had one, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I think we all
And I
had
remember
one.
the air hockey one where they playing the black.
Wait,
lights.
I thought we were talking about the jersey.
I'm
How we
sorry.
get to our-
Back to jersey. Sorry, my bad.
No, that's okay. It's your show. It's not your bad. So, given that we're trying to be forward-looking, and we want to do something that was the ethos of what a shark is, and sharks are stealthy, right? Also, one would do different is, I don't know if you guys know this, this is not just a jersey. This is now a stealth line of merchandise. So they're going to be
Really?
stealth hats, stealth T-shirts. I don't want to pre-announce everything, but there's a lot of different line. You think you're getting all the exclusives now? Come on, I hint about what's going on.
All right.
So the idea here is do something a bit different because the Sharks franchise has always been about innovation from day one, right? I don't think any professional sports team had ever done teal in anything before at all.
No.
In fact, one of the things that Terry Smith, the original designer, has said is when we proposed teal as our color, the NHL was a little bit worried because they thought, I don't know, is teal going to be strong enough color? And now, I don't know, there are like 5 or 6 franchises in sports that all use teal. It's
Exactly.
really worked out well. But this is a way back to our roots and sort of say next couple of generations. Now, you say you've seen the SJ into the circuit board, have you? Can you point it out?
Yes, I can.
Where is it?
Where is it?
No,
AJ, I need.
AJ stole the jersey.
Come back.
Can you
with that
show?
jersey.
Can you show people watching this show?
I'll trade you now.
Oh, okay.
All right, so show people where this is because it's conveniently encoded on the circuit board.
Don't get too crazy. Well, you got to stay back because it'll get a little blurry.
I'll say it's right in the middle there. And I love that circuit board that has that little
The hidden
nod.
message is exactly
Yes,
right
so
because
I-
we are San Jose.
Absolutely. And to have that circuit board pattern as a nod to Silicon Valley
Valley.
is awesome.
That's right. Now, go ahead, AJ.
Well, I was just going to say, it also goes back to the idea, I know we have to eat the microphones a little more, but it goes back to that idea that there's the SJ already encoded into that logo.
That's right. Lots of people who are new fans don't know that yet.
There's Easter eggs all up in here is what we're saying.
And of course, the hint I was giving you guys when I talked to you in April was the original fin did come back as the shoulder patches as well, and that's showing up in lots of different merchandise as well, an homage, if you will, and which is still my favorite part of the logo as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So all, skeptical when the leak came out, and now seeing it in person, is that what I heard you say? Now you're a fan.
Yeah.
Well, for what it's worth, the reaction online on social, I was checking out the different boards and stuff like that, has been overwhelmingly positive. In fact, we have non-Shark fans around the league saying, how can we start buying these things? And it is available, of course, here at FanFest in the store and pretty soon online as well. Show up at the shop.nhl.com or on the Adidas shop as well.
Well, and okay, so moving further along then, we've got this brand new Sharks jersey.
Am I getting this back, by the way?
No, not
okay,
at this point.
I assume that's what it was. Okay, so we can move on.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the mic. No, we're keeping that. But Thursday and Fridays, wearing it throughout the season on certain nights. Every Thursday.
Every Thursday, 2 Fridays, and 1 Saturday, I think it is.
Okay.
And to be announced, probably we'll sneak in a away game or two as well.
Oh.
But I can't tell you that, so you'll have to edit that one out.
Hey now. Well, and I'm interested to see how this is going to look now under the brand new LED system, lighting up the ice. Was at the first preseason game. What a market difference. Remarkable difference.
If you have not seen it in person. So first of all, on TV, it looks fundamentally different as well. But in person, I think it's even more remarkable how much brighter the bowl is, how much brighter the ice is. So what we've done is, if you think about it as your own house, we've replaced more traditional halogen style with LED bulbs, and we have roughly 20% more than we had before as well.
Oh, wow.
So there are, and I forget the exact number, but there are 6,000 plus bulbs, or roughly 1,000 watts apiece. So we are literally lighting up not just the ice, but the first few rows as well.
Absolutely.
And we can do a lot of special effects with them. One of the things fans don't know yet, because we haven't pulled all the tricks out just yet, so you need to be here on opening night, is if you've been in this building for a long time, I know you guys are fans, you've been here for a while, we didn't typically go dark during the intermissions because the old lights took anywhere between 5 and 7 minutes to warm back up. If we went all the way dark, then frankly the first minute or two of the game itself, you couldn't see the puck as well.
Yeah.
So there was a limit to things. So that's why you saw us go pitch dark for when, wasn't that fun, Eric came out.
Right.
EK65 and we never could have done that before. So there are all kinds of special effects. So now just waiting for playoffs when we've really pulled out most of the tricks in the past. Now you'll start seeing some fun tricks during the regular season as well. The lights are the middle of this.
And I totally noticed that during that first preseason game against the Ducks that they went out and they came back up almost
instantaneously.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was like, wow.
The other fun thing about it is if you ever been in a room where there's sliders on the lights as well, so it's not just on or off. We have that capability of putting sliders on them,
and really
so we
dial it in.
That's right, it's mood lighting, if you will, and you might actually start seeing some colors in the light too.
Oh,
it's not just white lights.
I'm not going to throw out any brands, but okay.
I think he.
Speaking of blackout.
Oh, he talked about blackout, and all of a sudden we went blackout. Maybe
it was an homage to the jersey or something. I don't know.
Well, that's terrible. So I will work in the background to fix this. Go ahead.
Okay.
Meanwhile, we're a podcast. Switch over to podcast mode.
Okay, so so we talk about the lighting. The lighting's been fantastic in here and everything. The jersey, you might not get this back. It's part.
I might have to arm wrestle you or something.
AJ. Oh, okay. That's, all right.
Unless you're like a professional arm wrestler. Okay.
No, I just look like in play.
Have you eaten yet in the building since we reopened?
Oh yes, me and AJ, we went to
the tasting
event.
What did you think?
Loved it.
Do you have a favorite menu item?
There were a couple of things. There was the Korean cheesesteak sandwich.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
really good
with the kimchi.
Bulgogi, yeah.
The bulgogi.
The bulgogi. Sorry, thank you. You're exactly right.
And then the arena dog with the bacon jam. I'm usually not a thing for bacon, but that was just.
Wait a minute. Doesn't bacon make everything better?
It does, but I wasn't expecting that particularly. So, for sure, it's one of my favorites. And then I can't wait for the debut of helmet nachos. I love nachos. So
have you seen how big these helmet nachos are?
Not yet.
This is a regulation size helmet because the idea is after you clean it out, you can put it on your head and wear it. And so it's essentially somewhere between 2 and 3 servings of nacho. This feeds a family of 4, I think.
This might go in my man cave afterwards.
Oh, for sure it should.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
So-
goodness.
If you're on the club level, then the thing to try, in my personal opinion, is the brisket and cheese sandwich served on Texas toast size bread. It is phenomenal.
The grilled, grilled, oh,
That's
yes.
right. And if you're on the concourse, God, there's so many good things to have there. I would say Conjo Burger is probably up there. It's kind of hard to, but right next door to Conjo Burger, you can get Greek food as well. Nick the Greek is really also fantastic. The lines have been longest probably though for Jane the Dough, the new cookie dough that we put in. We're probably, or actually maybe not, cream. The ice cream sandwiches have been pretty phenomenal as well. So
I'll say this. I was walking around. People were saying hi to everybody. And then they were like, oh, my God, cream is here?
yeah.
You know, it's you know, you don't think, oh, you're going to be surrounded by ice and want ice cream, but it makes sense.
I'm going to have to do an extra 10 laps to make to work off all the food that I'm eating.
I feel I got to get rid of my root beer belly for a bit.
Root beer belly.
Root beer belly.
Okay, got it.
AJ's the beer connoisseur of this group.
Oh, so AJ, have you tried any of the new beers? Sorry, we'll switch over from root beer to beer.
No.
Have you tried any of the new beers?
Get lower. Absolutely. The new area, I believe at 128.
Right outside of 128, right.
Right at 128.
NorCal Brewing, essentially, is what we're nicknaming it.
Right. They had a nice BFD from Sierra Nevada. They had some Ballast Point. Of course, I'm going to always pimp Ballast Point. You know, want their stock to go up. But, yeah, great selections.
This is a non-for-profit show, isn't it?
Yeah, but I just need the stock to go up.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, loved that. The one thing that you didn't mention, though, about the club level is that you brought up brisket with the grilled cheese and Texas toast, which was phenomenal.
Okay.
The chopped burger that has the layer.
That's really good as well.
Oh, my Lord. And
But by the way, it's really all good. There are a trio of tacos. There are vegetarian and vegan foods now as well. Gluten-free options.
Impossible Burger.
The Impossible Burger as well. By the way, I don't know if you know, but that beer garden that you went to, the 128,
yes,
the beers aren't fixed there. Every month, we're looking for specialty breweries in and around that area. We want to be authentic to San Jose or at least Northern California. So you'll see less of the national brewers there and more of the local ones. Plenty of national brewers still in the building. You can get that, but that stand is for local. If you
well, we have so many local ones around here. I mean, you have the partnership with Gordon Biersch last year.
Indeed.
Will we be able to get Vintage 408 in the building?
Vintage 408, both the Chardonnay and the red, which I think is a cab, will be in the building. Indeed.
Okay, now we're talking. I can already see the Randy talking about the commercials for the girls' night, ladies' night for the wine events or new beer things, just like they do with Chum.
Speaking of which, have you seen our new commercials that just popped in the last couple of days?
Has there only been the one?
Only been the one, yes.
Okay, so with Logan folding sheets,
yes,
and
exactly right.
Thornton on a call trying to figure out blinds,
Yes, exactly.
and Pavelski using somebody's toothbrush.
Did you like that?
It was fantastic.
Yeah, we like to have a bit of humor, and our guys are wonderful about this stuff because they got a sense of humor as well. The theme of these, which there'll be a whole bunch of them, is it's more fun to watch at our house here in the tank than it is to work at your house. So
That kind of goes without saying, but
well, some people are new to the sport, so they may not know that yet. I mean, one thing I will say about hockey, if you're not his hockey fan, but you're probably not watching the show, if you're not yet a hockey fan, but you should be, is that it is nothing like live. You can watch some other sports on TV. For sure, you can watch this sport on TV as well. But come in the building if you haven't seen it. The passion and just the energy in hockey live is unlike any other sport.
That's how I got hooked.
Is that how you got hooked?
Back in the day, but this is pre-Glow Puck, pre-HD. And there was a lot of complaints that, how do you watch hockey on TV? You can't follow the puck. Well, now with 4K and everything like that.
You can follow the puck.
It looks fantastic on TV, but it was being here is the thing that just sucks you in.
Didn't actually a famous hockey player say, don't follow the puck, look where the players are, because you're supposed to skate where the puck's going to be?
What the hell is that guy's name?
I don't know. Wasn't he the Great One? Wasn't that his nickname or something?
I think so. Wasn't the bearded one.
No.
We have two of those.
Yeah. By the way, what a great quote by Eric Carlson. Did you see him on the interview about whether he was going to grow a beard like Burnsy and Jumbo? Did you hear what he said?
I thought he said he's like, this
is the best I can do.
Yeah.
This is all I got. Yeah.
That was it.
We like that one.
That was it. But I don't want to take up any more of your time. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
Other than go Sharks?
There you go. Who are you rooting for tonight? Is it Team Ricci, Team Marchment like usual?
So
or are we just going teal white? You're just hoping the Sharks win.
I'm just hoping the Sharks win. That's right. I can't pick favorites in this side. It's going to be a fun game.
I'm rooting for Ricci. I'm rooting for Ricci.
You're rooting for Ricci?
I root for Ricci.
Right.
I was rooting for Ricci.
I'll tell Mike you said that.
Hey,
Take care.
don't tell Mush.
I was going to say, who are you more afraid of? That's right.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I might get Murray to come up here and hip check you for that one. So
I have no problem with that.
no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we might have to open these.
Guys, thanks for having me on.
Thanks
have a fun time.
Thanks for
Take
coming
care.
on.
And I do have to have that jersey back. Sorry about that.
Oh.
All right. You saw it happen. There
All
you
right.
go.
It's actually happened.
So, Jonathan Becher, thank you so much for coming in.
And we apologize for the technical difficulties.
Absolutely.
The camera was working earlier. I don't know what happened,
we had
but
a
we'll fix
fun-
it. Hold on. And he's back.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you to do something here.
Uh-oh. You want me to put on my black jersey?
No, I want you to say who's your Nah, I can't do this to you. How many games do you think you've been to before?
Like all in?
All in.
91. It's got to be at least over 400.
Probably about the same, 400 to 500.
God, you just made my life difficult. Well, you know what I'm going to do? Because I love being on, this is now your honorary jersey.
Oh, okay.
Thanks again, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You guys can share it. I don't know.
Well,
There might be an
Timeshare.
arm wrestling
Timeshares.
episode afterwards. Yes, timeshares. Oh, goodness.
Timeshare.
Thank you so much,
Thanks
Jonathan
a lot.
Becher. Appreciate it always.
So, Jonathan Becher, VP from the Sharks. How much time we got? We had a band playing out here, by the way. I know they did the live band a few times during it was the 15-16 season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where they had the band up there by the plaza.
Yep.
Got a live band going again tonight. Seems to be rocking out. Where are these guys? They're up in the plaza again, right?
I would think they were probably
That's
right
what it
above
looks like.
us.
Yeah, so I think they're right above us. That you know what? I blame them for our camera not working. They just had too much power. It was too much.
Yes.
So we got how many? I mean, who's coming tonight? We got Jamie Baker,
We got,
Mark Smith,
Devin Setaguchi.
who did a great job with Dan Ruzanowski on the broadcast. That was fantastic.
Brett Hedekin's supposed to do it. Nick Nollenberger from the
From
San
the
Jose
Barracuda.
Barracuda. We're looking forward to that and many
Yeah.
more.
It's going to be
Dan
fun.
Boyle.
And there's a second one. Let's be honest. There could have been one guy here that would have been really fun to watch, and I bet you he comes to the next one. Owen Nolan.
Whoo.
I don't. You know what? He might be too feisty. There might be a couple guys that goes, yeah, maybe he can just go play his own game. We'll do tiddlywinks with him. We're not playing hockey against that guy.
All I'm saying is Nabby's got to go for another goal again.
Oh,
Just saying. He
How
did
would-
it, but it didn't count. So
How great would it be to see Nolan call his shot on Owen or on
On
Nabby? That would be fun.
you already hear Nabby. Go, don't you even try to do that with
No,
with me,
dear Lord.
Owen.
Those
So,
two guys.
Oh, thank you very
Oh,
much.
thanks.
Ah,
We're getting a
appreciate
lot in the background. Okay, because we had technical difficulties, as you guys can see, we weren't able to pay attention to the chat. As you can see, Eric is laser focused. So, are there any questions from the chat? Again, apologies for the technical stuff. We'll get it worked out. But let's see if I can even pop this. If I can pop the chat out, I'm telling you, such as the stuff that we try to do, and just sometimes it just doesn't work.
And I'm already seeing Gen X saying Oak Method on point.
Are we
So,
going
yeah,
this
we
way?
gotta go like this. You gotta show off the tie if we had one.
Well, and the reason being Gen X is because Sensitive Mike's, he knows. He's a musician, dude. You know, we're trying not to pop the peas and do all the bad things that you're, doing here. Let's see here. How much does the LED lighting drop temp? Yeah, I would imagine.
It's I would say it's really not as cold in here, but it's very comfortable in this place. And they aren't even at full candle power right now for it, and it's still lit up very nicely. So and when you see it on television, that first broadcast on October 3rd,
That's gonna look tight.
it's going to look really good. I mean, it looks really good on the streaming broadcasts that they've been doing, but even more so when we get the NBC cameras out here. It's going to look sweet.
Yeah. So with that,
Buckeye for Chief Marketing Officer for the Sharks. We're working on it. No kidding.
yeah.
It looks like you guys got a budget now.
We did have a budget at the beginning of the broadcast, and
Yeah.
again, camera fail. Again, I'll work on that. My apologies. It was working great earlier, and I'm going to dial that in and figure out what the problem is. But at least the mics sound good, right? I mean, I know there's been some issues with the audio, but audio should be pretty dialed in. The other thing is that this is closed right now. So if we open this up, you might get a lot of ambient noise. But I think that's probably the wrap from us here at the Fan Fest leading into the Legends game.
I would say check out tealtownusa.com for updates and everything. We're going to have a preview from almost every Pacific Division team.
Next week.
Next week. We definitely going to have a preview show as well. And that all leads up to opening night. October 3rd is our official season premiere of Teal Town After Dark. You know, you guys love it and love it. Your live post-game show that we do right here on YouTube channel. So, of course, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash it, dice it, chomp it, whatever you want to make sure that we are in there. We are getting so close to 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, it's
something
very close.
you and I, when we started this a few years ago.
It was dream.
It was dream. and now it's just a great time, and we love doing what we can do to bring the Sharks closer to you and bring more coverage to the Sharks and coming soon. Little tidbit here, a little bit more Barracuda coverage as well. So we'll be looking out for that. So final thoughts, Mr. Strong.
Had a good time at the Fan Fest today. The gods of weather could have been, blessed us a little bit more. I can already tell that I'm going to look like a turnip tomorrow. But there was some people asking about what was going on with the Fan Fest, with were people signing, were there photos, who was involved. So quick rundown on that. The first few players out, I want to say Couture,
Jones,
and Jones were the first two that were out. Couture was signing, but neither Jones or Couture were doing, neither were doing photos at the beginning. It's something that will, I'm sure, will be part of the feedback. That it's a little. Some guys will sign, some guys won't. Some guys will take photos, some guys won't. It's
and it varies by how big the line is.
Yeah, because
Erik Karlsson's line was so massive.
Oh,
I mean, geez.
yeah. So I think that's something that I'm sure will have to be will be figured out by the next tank tailgate, and they'll dial that in a little bit better. Maybe have some guys who are pouring do photos, but maybe have guys that are like a separate photo tent and they'll sign or something. I mean, there's so many different ways you can go about this. So that was kind of it. Do you have your red Solo cup?
Oh, yes.
You want to see what the no, I think yours over there. But the first year that they did it, it was a ceramic beer mug. Second year was a kind of a plastic tank tailgate that looked like it was fractured ice inside of it. And this year it's a hard plastic heavy duty red Solo cup that evidently he doesn't have.
I think the girls took it from me, so I know.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, definitely. But hey, it's been a great time as always. I mean, when they started bringing this back in 2015, it was unbelievable. So keep the mic no more than a fist away from your mouth. Well, see, now he's saying
we're not going to be all Eminem about this.
No. Looks like Erik Karlsson's already started to warm up to the Bay. I would think so, and the Bay has warmed up to him immensely. The amount of coverage I think now with this team going into the season,
we might get an ESPN highlight once in a while. Like maybe one a month or something.
Well, especially now that we know what's going on with the Niners, it could be a team that gets focused on a lot more in the Bay Area, just hopefully on the success of this season, for sure.
I mean, hopes are high. You have to admit, this has to be the most excited you've ever been about a Shark season coming in.
Goodness.
Just on paper.
On paper alone, the defense is unbelievable. Jumbo coming back, he looks like he's in good shape. Having Evander Kane, I think everybody, kind of with everything that went on with Karlsson, everybody's like, oh yeah, there's another EK on there. By the way, EK, great initials, by the way.
We're never going to hear the end of that. Never going to happen.
But this team, like you said, this is probably the most excited on paper for anybody in on the chart.
The
And
LED lights are kicking in, guys. I think we're getting close to being started. Just a final note too. Besides being on paper, is the fact that guys have had such a good showing. Whether it's Chartier with a 3-point night, Shimmick having a really good showing. Looks like the Sharks are probably going to start with keeping 8 defensemen. Because Heed and Shimmick can't be sent down without clearing waivers. He probably needs to step it up a little bit more. Shimmick has looked pretty solid. There was cuts today, and he wasn't on that list. Now, again, it's because he's got to clear waivers. But if you're not afraid of a guy getting taken, keep it. We all know what Vegas did to us with Carpenter. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and we know that can happen to any team. But for us, it's like it's better to have the depth going forward just in case something happens. And
let's see what shakes out with the third line center and fourth line. Gambrell, Chartier making a case for himself. Suomela also, and Gambrell. Every coach wishes they had this problem, is what we're saying. So, last call for questions before we log out here. Already got the Burns jersey on. All right. Waivers aren't in effect until after the start of the season.
And Nick, hello to you from London. Yes, London, England. And he says to tell his mom, Amanda, hello. So, hello, Amanda, from your son, Nick. Thank you for joining us from England. Yes, we are worldwide, and that's the fun part of it, here and there. So, so I guess we will be back. What is it? The next one that's on coverage? I think it's. Well, Sunday, I think they're
streaming. Well, the 27th against Calgary, I believe, is on NHL Network.
Okay.
Hopefully, we don't get blacked out for the first period again. But besides that, I do believe the Sharks are streaming the rest of the games. It may be a case of you need to, whip out your VPNs and your cloaking devices, go stealth mode if you're outside the Bay Area. Yeah, if you're outside of the Bay Area, so you can stream those games. But NHL Network should have one more game Thursday. I believe it's the 27th versus Calgary. And there you go. And then Wednesday, it's October 3rd, yes?
October 3rd.
Opener against the Ducks, who the Sharks have beaten 6 games in a row, including preseason. But I'm excited. This is the only thing that I'm losing my mind about a little bit so far after 3 games. Power play. They still haven't scored a power play goal.
Oh, the drum's getting ready to come out.
But they scored a shorty. Gave up a shorty, but they scored a shorty. With that feed hurdled. Oh, my Lord. Anyway, again, final note, do us a favor, please. Tell your friends, tell a neighbor, tell your boss off, whatever it is. But subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, please. Hit the notification bell. It'll let you know every time we go live. Check out the Teal Town USA Instagram. We're on Facebook. Pretty much every social media platform that we're on. Hey, go like it. Go check it out. Again, audio-only cast coming to our SoundCloud next week. Previews. We got Trent Potrats from the
the Edmonton
Oilers. But he's got a messed up podcast name.
Oh,
what is it? Like Nuckin Canucks? I don't know. It's jacked up, but you'll be in for that. We got Fanside Chat representing the Calgary Flames. Sporting Agenda making her return to social media. She's going to be talking about the Kings. So we just heard back from a Coyotes rep. So we got the Pacific Division covered. SoundCloud, it's going to be happening all next week.
You forgot one.
Oh, my Lord. Jeff Patterson from TSN 1040 repping the Vancouver Canucks. That's going to be a good one.
Did somebody say Vancouver?
No, they didn't.
You just did. Until then, take care. Great to see you. Keep it real. Keep it teal. Keep it real teal. We will see you next week with a bunch of coverage.
Keep it stealth mode.
That's right. Keep it stealth mode. Good night, everyone. Enjoy.